Hello, I'm moderator joined by BTT. We've got another exciting match in the lower bracket here. So X is choosing to bring triple Fleet Typhoon, double Navy Augur, Magus, Blackbird for Jams, double Thalia, Skybreaker.
Whereas Odin Call have gone with double Leshak, Armageddon, double Magus, double Deacon, double Vexer, and Skybreaker. So it looks like Exodus is going more for rapid heavy kitey with the Typhoons, where Odin's Call are doing this double Leshak Armageddon we saw earlier, with the heavy set of newts in the highs, with the double newt Vexes in the lows as well.
Yeah, of note, the Armageddon and the Vexers are all full newt, so no guns, just going, full utility, trying to shut things off, maybe, turning off Thalia reps, making it harder for, say, Typhoons to actually, inject and run their boosters. Of note, though, is that Blackbird that will be trying to get, jams to break those Leshak's pulls. Already, we see that Verdict is going to be the primary from those rapid heavies, just clipping into them. Augur navies from Exodus streaming across the field, trying to run interference and screen.
Yeah, by the looks of it, it looks like Exodus are trying to headshot the Vexes. They see that they can kite out most of everything else, so they know if they shoot this tackle that has those heavy newts, they can lock everything down and kite the rest of this match away.
I don't know if I like this from same guy. He's gone super deep and is really separated from the rest of his team. He is not going to be getting any reps from those Thalias, and we can already see that the Lesheks have noticed he's out of position and are pouncing on top of him.
Yeah, he's just went a little bit too deep. He's held down now and everybody's pouncing. It looks like the rest of Exodus is pushing forward just to get in range and try and pound damage on at least something in that team.
Yeah, so we can see that Exodus is choosing to go after the Vexers. We can see a cloud of rep bots on top of Hodor as bots are streaming across to try to repair him. Same guy might have even been a little bit of a bait brick tank. We can see that he is now holding as the Thali is close to range to repair. And Vexers just don't have the same kind of armor buffer as the Augur Navy.
Yeah, and they are going down. It is an important thing to notice that Exodus are gambling on this Navy Augur. They're keeping all of their rep drones on the Blackbird. They do not want anything to headshot this Blackbird because the Blackbird jamming the Leshak stops the spool and shuts down so much damage.
Yeah, interesting though. We can see that that spool has not been broken, and what is broken is same guy as those Leshak's fully spool up. Meanwhile, Holder survives into a sliver of structure though, as he's just burned away and is comfortably sitting with a cloud of rep drones on top of him. Exodus is going to want to have to do something about that eventually. Typhoon Fleet issues known for having utility high slots, and they're using those high slots right now to nude out a Vexer of Yoken Yotsuba. Um, Hodor just stabilizing right now. Meanwhile, the Magus of Danny is currently being primaried. Um, Magus went going in a little deep, getting tackled by the Vexer of Yokan.
Yeah, Exodus is just getting too distracted by this Vexer. They need to stop and pump their rapid heavy clip into something else, either shooting one of the Leshaks or the Armageddon, and because they're slowly starting to lose stuff.
Yeah, I understand wanting to use, your support core to get tackle and run interference on things, but Exodus has lost all of their links now that that Magus goes down, and that's not a good position. They do finally drop that Vexer that was in a sliver of armor, but Verdict is now the primary, and we see that the Leshaks are both being able to target him, not being jammed at all.
Yeah, it just looks like it's a matter of time. These Thalias aren't going to keep Leshaks up. What do you think the Typhoon fleet issues are going to shoot next?
Yeah, we can see that the Typhoon fleet issues are now deciding to, close to range and trying to make sure that their heavy newts are getting on things. We see newts onto both of the deacons. That would be Vitonin, a double newt Typhoon fleet issue, but Verdict is already so deep, just being pinned down by the Augur. Is the Augur Navy getting pinned down, and Blackbird just getting no jams at all.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting newts onto these deacons to reduce the amount of reps and then shoot something else. I really think in this situation you have to go for the battleships because if you manage to out DPS race this while the logistics are still alive, you can win this match by just having the larger ships.
I don't know though if Exodus has enough damage to break a Leshak at this point, without working through some of those rep drones or dealing with the deacons. They're trying to nuke things out, but Sabotage is taking an appreciable amount of damage, just getting chunked. I don't think he had much in the way of buffer. We can see how just quickly he dropped. I mean, Leshaks aren't even spooled yet, and he's already getting just volleyed.
Yeah, Typhoon fleet issues traditionally are the kitier versions of this ship. They say if you want to go with the more damage, you go with something like Navy Scorpions. So
Yeah,
I don't know
and
why they're brawling with these.
Yeah, and I mean, he just immediately drops. That's going to be a significant amount of damage. I mean, we can see that the attack bars are roughly about even, but look at the defense bar for Odin's Call. It's just so much larger, so much girthier. They just have so much more buffer now. Exodus choosing to try to go for Melinda, but I mean, there's just a swarm of heavy drones on top of him that are trying to be shot by Mr. Falcon's Skybreaker, but they're just not clearing fast enough. It's one frigate.
Yeah, especially since they lost a lot of their low end with the Navy Ogres could be used to clear all these drones. They could stay at range, not get close to the Leshaks, and clear a lot of the small drones. But they went too deep. They YOLO'd in a kite composition, and I don't think that was what was optimal.
I mean, they thought they needed to play. We can see that some heavy armor bots are down into hull, but so is the Rexel Nightblade. And Axis is just not effectively trading. They went for Melinda, but you're not going to break through the amount of rep drones that they have, not with Deacon still up. I mean, they've been trying to nuke Deacons, but I mean, the cycle on heavy nukes is just such that Deacons don't have difficulty injecting and then just continuing to apply their reps onto things.
Yeah, it takes 2 to 3 heavy newts to really shut down a deacon that way. If you can stagger the newts correctly, a deacon can only rep about 20% of the time. But it looks like there's damage starting to go a little bit everywhere. We're seeing the Blackbird of Archer now start to take damage as one of the Leshak starts pumping a little bit of damage towards him.
Yeah, so Archer Tvane has been pinned down by the support. Yoken's on top of him. The Thalias are, trying to get on top of the Blackbird to, get some reps, but the Leshaks are just closing, and it's only going to be a matter of time, seconds before that Blackbird drops. He now pops, and Exodus just has no answer for, this Leshak core.
Yeah, it just looks like they don't have any more damage left. It seems like the two deacons are keeping everything up, especially with rapid heavy clips. They're just not able to apply it that well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Leshaks, had a lot of remote ECCM being applied to them, if the um, Blackbird just got unlucky with jams, but we saw like no jams being applied to break those spools like ever, and the Typhoon fleet issues were suffering throughout the match for it. I just feel like Odin's Call just mechanically flew this just way better than Exodus. Exodus being a team that's known for um, pilot skill, but I mean, the way that those Navy augers just, I mean, frankly, fed in the beginning of the match leaves me kind of questioning what their game plan was for this set.
Yeah, Odin's Call did not make any mistakes here. They flow quite competently. They realized the mistake Exodus was making and they capitalized it. It really shows the advantage of practice they have, that they can see an obvious mistake of Orgras coming straight in and realize that's our route to victory, locking them down and getting two Navy Orgras, which is their tackle, for free.
Yeah, it kind of felt like once the augers, fully committed because Exodus did want to kill the Vexers to get rid of the drone utility that the Vexers were bringing in those, that bandwidth that they can apply support to other ships as far as rep drones and be like a mini guardian with, that drone ball. Um, Exodus kind of YOLO'd their auger navy issues and forced their battleships to make a play that they weren't ready for. And I mean, just Odin's Call felt like they were just much superior team in this match. However, we won't steal too much thunder from the desk as they break this one down.